Hola mi gente, my name is Psycho and we're here live at Airsoft Revolution 15, and this video is going to be consist of the pre-prep for, or the pre-prepping for the op of Conquest of Avalon 4 hosted by Overwatch Tactics on November the 14th through the 15th of 2020. This is the fourth installment of this op, guys. I will show you real quick some of the stuff that you guys are looking into. I have had a lot of questions over the past couple of weeks of what exactly, how does the op look and stuff like that. So I actually have it here pulled up to where you guys can check that out on Google Maps. So if you look at the Scarborough Renaissance Festival area and you actually look at Google Earth, you can actually see the terrain in this area. And this right here is the whole parking area for everybody. Usually we just fill up about right around this much for the amount of people that we put. There are people that do have hotel rooms already set up across the road here. This is one of the main roads that actually takes you straight there from I-35, and this is these are some of the hotels that people stay in. So it's not too far away from civilization, guys. It's not like it's in the middle of the boonies. It's a beautiful, beautiful location, especially around the October time. October, November time. October, I know they do like a haunted house or haunted fair thing, because every time we go in November, it's full of like scary stuff. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, go ahead and comment below what you guys have been through for the haunted house area. But it's all of this pretty much, and how that all comes by. As far as the AO, this is usually where the unit starts, and way back here is where the mercs start. So it is a really big op. I know some people were saying like, oh, it's pretty small. We're not. There's a lot of restrictions and stuff. Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta consider that this is where people's businesses are, and people's livelihood. So with that being into perspective. We don't want to damage or anything, because then we won't be able to have any awesome ops out here. So we need to take care of some of these guys' properties and stuff. We can't climb through the windows and destroy some of their stuff. You know how us milsimers or hybrid airsofters, we like to get down and dirty, and we like to crawl on their weird stuff, and we have to have respect for because they're allowing us to be able to host an op here. With Overwatch Tactics, and the last thing we need to do is burn any bridges, especially in the time of COVID era. A lot of people don't want people in this, around them already. So, with the restrictions, I mean, it's just for y'all's safety. It's not nothing crazy. It's not like, oh, why can't I get on top of the building? Well, I mean, come on, really? This is not designed for that. Again, you guys go back and look at some of the videos that Overwatch has been putting out, as well as photos from different organizations. You guys can see that it's a very colorful environment. I mean, you can't really get too much more colorful than this. Let me see if I can get some different angles here. But I can only get as much as Google allows me, but that's pretty much it. I mean, as you guys can see, there is a lot of greenery, but there is a lot of trails, a lot of open trails to where you're gonna have really, really long shots. As far as engagements, and sometimes you're engaging between here and here because you're actually underneath the covered area. They have like little patios and stuff where it's open, and we're fighting from building to building across the side like this. I mean, so it's not all super long range. It's just a matter of whether you want to bound or not, and so forth. So this video is also going to be consist of the actual general rules of Conquest of Avalon. So let's go back real quick, and we're gonna go down to the general information, guys. So here's some general information that you guys can click on. If you're not on Facebook, it's okay. You can watch this video, and I'm pretty much gonna read it out to you guys, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. So it is 60 acres of the facility, right? It's a 250 player max. Now I'm not sure if we're gonna hit those numbers with the whole COVID thing going on, but it's all right if we don't. We're still gonna have a good time. I know Merc is almost completely sold out. Unit, pick up your numbers, man. We gotta get those numbers up so we have somebody to fight against. Guys, the ticket sales these ticket sales are gone. You can kiss these goodbye. The ticket sales are 135, and for the night op it is $40. Okay, so that way it's not a surprise to anybody. The night op does start at 2100 hours. Okay, so if you know anything about time and stuff and how everything works as far as how the time works, usually in the fall season, towards the end of fall, right in the beginning of winter, it starts to get darker sooner. So definitely want to keep that in mind when you see 9 o'clock. Oh, well, it's still early. Yeah, it's still early because we're summertime. So if you see sometimes the sun doesn't set till like late on the summertime, well, that's why. So real quick, these are going to be your very important information stuff, guys, because the last thing any op organization, whether it's Third Coast, whether it's Overwatch, whether it's AMS or so forth, or even AR-15 Milsim, you guys, we don't like to not be on time, okay? For number one, the players that are on time, we want to make sure that they're able to get going and boots on the ground as much game time as possible, okay? So here, screenshot this. I'm not going to go through all the details because I already have a lot to go over in this video. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And pretty much that's how this works. Okay, now going on into the Overwatch rule set. Okay, so this is pretty basic information. Not basic information, but this is pretty generalized information as far as what pertains to all airsoft related stuff. Okay, so anybody under 11 years old is not allowed for this specific event, and every person between the ages of, or pretty much anybody underneath 18 needs to have a signed waiver by a parent. So if you're a minor and you have a waiver signed, you still are allowed to go, but you must wear a full face mask. I know some of you guys like to show y'all's beautiful smiles when you're having a good time, but the thing that we don't want is your teeth to get shot out. You guys are still growing, so we want to make sure you stay with your teeth until at least your late 30s and or early 40s and stuff. And if you're already past that prime, dude, it's all right, man. You be proud that you still have teeth. Going on, we have the pretty much all the safety stuff, guys. Still Z87.1 if you want to get too technical, but it is a full seal eye pro, guys. I mean, glasses, full face mask, eye protection, mesh eye protection is not allowed. Okay. Again, it's pretty much your generalized information as far as you need to know when it comes to airsoft in general. Okay. No firing in the staging area. We already know that, guys. This is a milsim. This is where we go to war. I know Soto wants to go ahead and try to teach you guys some of the things, as far as having, certain commanders in charge where they're able to teach you guys a lot of things. But this is war. This is where the airsoft fields need to step up and actually start teaching your players how to actually play, and not just give me your money and go play and go have a good time. Hopefully you don't get hurt. Guys, teach your people how to play so that way when they come to milsim events or special events, whatever you want to call them, tournaments, indoor tournaments, it doesn't matter. That's war. It's time to fight. There's no, holding hands and teaching you all the simple stuff. Nobody wants to have to deal with, oh, why are you firing in the staging area? You know what I mean? It's just dumb stuff that we don't have to go over, okay? So, Corpsman, this is something that I know AMS does do. Corpsman is a real life emergency, guys. Blind man is anybody with their eye protection off, which means we can continue the game after the blind man is cleared, which, somebody fell and their eye pro came off. Cool, blind man, everybody stop shooting in that area, take a knee, and, the admin, there's so many admin at this event that they're wearing all red. You can't miss them. They're gonna be like, what's going on? We got a blind man. That's, hey, let's get you back your eye pro on. Let's get you situated. Usually the admin stays with the guy, before, he has to take off and get the game going again. Corpsman, it's like, yo, we need some medics, like real medics on the field. Real life emergency. You broke your ankle, boom, that's a Corpsman. Okay, let everybody know. We'll get you off the field, and then we'll continue on. All right. So I already went over all this stuff. The admins will resume gameplay, okay? So you'll hear, game on! Usually that's the universal thing, or whistles being blown saying, hey, game's back on. Or you'll come over the comms and tell your player admin, your guys that are in command, okay? All players must have water on their personnel at all times, whether it's a water bottle, a hydration pack. I do have a packing list here that I'm going to go over super quick. Again, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Blind firing is not allowed. That's just stuff that, again, we don't have to repeat. Murder hose. At this event, if your head can fit in it, shoot through it. If you can't, I'm talking about the ones on your shoulders. If it can fit, shoot through it. If it doesn't, if you're trying to squeeze your head through it, just how we can shoot through it, don't. Just go around, peek smaller, learn how to play tighter corners. Required equipment, guys. Dead rag, face protection, goggles, approved uniform. I'm gonna go over that in detail for you guys, so you guys don't mistake it and show up with the wrong uniform, and then you got to go to Walmart down the road, or you can go to 878. They have a pro shop down there, and you can buy uniforms, for your side. Guys, you got plenty of time to buy all that stuff now, and that way you know exactly what you're gonna be using. Okay. And of course, if you're doing any special weapons class, guys, you need a sidearm, meaning a pistol. I carry a sidearm, and I'm a rifleman, so you just never know. Something happens, you don't have to get off the field just to continue playing. Weapon rolls, guys. The way this works is you bring your weapon, your eye protection, all to the chrono. Okay, so going through the chrono, you must have your eye protection and at least one empty magazine, so that way they can put the BBs in and chrono with your mag. Alright? I don't hear none of this, oh, I forgot my mag, or anything like that. Or if you're chronoing multiple than one gun, it just helps to have you guys have everything that you need, minus the BBs. They're going to chrono with their BBs, and pretty much it. Eye protection, definitely a must. Anytime you're shooting an airsoft gun, make sure you have an eye protection on. Here we go. And then pretty much this breaks down the actual, they chrono with 32s for HPA systems, tournament lock, and AEG's 2Os. DMR, special weapons class, pretty much they chrono them with heavier gram BBs anyway. So riot shields are not allowed, okay? Don't bring up with them. I know this is a Renaissance type of op, and Soto has special props out there that you have shields and stuff, but those are for collecting and getting points, not for using them as a shield. Okay, so definitely don't want to bring your shields thinking that you're gonna be able to use them. Riot shields are not allowed, and you see them here first, unless Overwatch comes on and they're like, no, riot shields are allowed. On their actual page here, it says not allowed, so you're hearing it straight from the goat's mouth. That means the greatest of all time. All right, so moving on. This is screenshot this, and this pretty much explains how your weapons class work. Okay, AEGs, 400 FPS, rifleman, DMR 450, LMGs 450s. This is 1.88 joules. If you don't know what joules are, go talk to your airsoft field admin, and they can break down what the joules are versus FPS. All right, Sniper Row 550, 2.81 joules. That's gonna leave a mark. All right, and SMGs. I didn't even know they had SMG classes, so it's a good thing that we're doing this together, guys. 1 joule, 328 FPS. Okay, so that's pretty much CQB limits. In regards to that, okay. Semi, and auto. Okay, so semi and auto, you have the option to go semi or auto. All right, SMG classes, you're allowed to go semi. But keep in mind, guys, you cannot run a drum mag on the SMGs. On the actual LMGs, you can. Everybody else, you can have 7 mid caps on you or 2 high caps if you're a rifleman or DMR. Dang, DMR's got 7 mid caps. That's a lot of rounds for DMR. Ammo unlimited. BBs here, LMG. I guess you can only have 5,000 rounds in the drum mag. I don't know if there's a drum mag out there that carries that much, but you can have some of your battle buddies carry some rounds for you guys. Sidearm required? No. Yes. I already went over that, guys. Restrictions. Scope and bipod are required for your DMR. And pretty much here's the more stuff. And you guys can find this without even looking too hard. Just go to Overwatch Tactics Airsoft.com, and you can find their link, and you can open all this stuff up if I'm going too fast for you guys. Okay, melee weapons, no metal blades allowed. Duh. So don't show up with no blades, no massive swords trying to stab people from afar. Okay, explosives 15 feet from anywhere of the explosive's impact. So that is the radius. So that's a 30-foot radius for the diameter, guys, from the actual impact itself or where it goes off. Okay, so if it goes off, let's say right here between use areas and hits, it's 15 feet this way and 15 feet that way. So it's all this big circle. Got it? All right, pretty easy. Rockets projectile. I really haven't seen any rockets or projectiles being used at Conquest of Avalon. Shower shells, I've seen some goofball try to do that across the bridge. It was funny. They didn't reach that far. Smoke grenades, a lot of smoke grenades and EG67s have been used at this event. Uniforms. Okay, cool. So here we go. So this is what I made. I didn't show Soto. I was gonna just do it live. All right. So this is approved uniform for the unit. Okay. You guys can screenshot this. This pattern right here, Dom said it looks kind of gray. Well, that's like a Ranger green. This is a different type of green. A lot of people order this green thinking they're gonna get it, but then they end up with this type of green. If you know what I'm talking about, you guys understand the struggle between OD green and Ranger green. All right. So this Ranger green here is from afar in the shadows. It looks kind of gray. If you feel like it's gonna be confused for a merc, and you keep getting shot by your own team, well, now you know why. It looks kind of gray. All right. Screenshot this, guys. Pretty much, I'm not gonna go into detail for every single camo pattern. Pretty simple, explanatory. Wear green, solid green, or wear camo pattern. Okay. Moving on to the mercs. Man, again, guys, you can't get any more simpler than this. This is the merc approved uniforms. Solid tan, solid black, solid gray, or multi-cam black. Now you could wear a combination of either one. I know Scar went once to this op, and they were the mercs back then, and they wore black combat shirts with tan pants. So, I mean, you can make it as sexy as you guys want it. All right, get unique with it, okay, guys. Gear color does not matter when it comes to any op. All right, moving on. Hits, pretty much you guys already know how you get hit in the toe, you're out. Uh, Ricochets do not count for this op. Okay, ricochets do not count. They don't count anywhere pretty much. Gun hits do not count regardless whether you're holding it slung or holstered. Um, so I've seen it so many times. Oh, I hit the gun, dude! I hit you in the face. Guys, don't complain. Keep shooting until you see a dead rag or the guy is screaming at the top of his lungs. Hit. All right, pretty simple. Or bunker them in and get somebody to get a confirmed hit on it. Don't complain that he's using the gun hit rule as a way to stay in the game. There's so many areas to where you guys can get medic, and that's what we're gonna go over next. Okay, so the way this op works, guys, there is 2 medics. Okay, you have one field medic with yellow armbands. I'm pretty sure you guys seen that picture of Dom where he's dragging one of the merc guys. And you see the combat medics with the white EG bands. Okay, the armbands. Pretty much the way this works is you get 2 armbands. If you get hit twice, two separate times, and you go down, this guy cannot medic you anymore. If you're like in an intense fight and you still have a chance, your combat medic can come in and put a tourniquet on you. Okay, an airsoft approved tourniquet. Okay, not just any tourniquet where you're running around with a dead leg because he put it on your leg and now you have no circulation through your body. Okay, so definitely don't want to use those. Airsoft approved. And I'm pretty sure from the last I heard it's got to be a third coast. I'm sorry. Oops. I footballed that up big time. Alright, it's got to be a Overwatch Tactics tourniquet. Same thing with Third Coast Airsoft. I'm pretty sure it's got to be a Third Coast Airsoft tourniquet for their ops as well. So a lot of op organizations are no longer allowing cross compatibility tourniquets, which is fine. They're like $12-15, guys. I mean, get 2 of them, you'll be fine. All right, moving on. Players cannot fire while dragging other players. So if you're dragging a player, guys, don't fire. You're gonna fall down. Probably shoot the guy that you're trying to medic. So, I was gonna give you guys a story, but again, I don't want to take too much of your time. But that's pretty much how the medics go for this event. Hits, uniforms, explosives, melee, and so forth. Okay. And now for the primitive preparedness, things that you guys should be able to carry with you to this op. So if you're packing, you don't know what to pack, guys, screenshot this and move on. Now, this is our packing list. Doesn't mean you have to take it with you. Doesn't matter, this is just something that it's good to have if it's your first time or this is your 80th time in 1 year. I don't care. This is a good packing list for everybody when it comes to milsim or airsoft. Okay, so we have your correct uniform color and pattern. Okay, so make sure you bring at least 2 pairs. I mean, some of you guys get into some dirty stuff, and the last thing we need is for you guys to be wearing the same uniform and get some nasty diseases because you guys didn't shower the night before or whatever. Okay, but make sure you carry at least 2 pairs of uniform. It's a 2-day event that you're actually playing. If you don't want to and you want to be in the suck, go for it, dude. Make sure you have your top, your t-shirt. If you don't want to wear a t-shirt, make sure you have a top at least. You don't have to wear one underneath your combat shirt. Make sure you bring your pants, your underwear, your headgear. Your headgear must match your side of your faction, unless you're me and I wear a white dye mask because I'm psycho. You bring your boots and your socks, guys. Make sure you bring multiple socks and don't take off your socks in the truck if you're carpooling. That's just nasty. Everybody, we all stink. It's cool. Cool is cool. All right. I'll go over. I'll do a quick break here in a second, and I'm gonna go over all the questions, and then I'll come back to the video. But guys, yeah. So emergency information. Now, if the op doesn't require it, I don't care. Have it on you. because that's going to be pretty much your information if you do fall down and you're unconscious and we don't know what the heck's going on. What does your emergency information has? It has your picture ID. Make sure it's you. It has your it's got your emergency contact right here. Well, here we go. It's got your name, allergies, major medical conditions, current medication if you're on any, and 2 emergency contact information. Because we all know, as much as we love having our cell phones, sometimes we just don't answer the phone after 50 calls and 70 text messages. So definitely want to have that information on you so that way we can contact 2 people, not just that one. Okay, and make sure one of those people is not you. We don't want to call and be like, oh, it's he put his own phone number down. Okay, where to put them? You can put them in your left breast pocket or your shoulder pocket. Something easy and accessible for us to go through. We don't want to play pocket pull looking for it in your pants. All right, so keep it easily accessible, guys. Notepad and pencil. Why? Because I hear it all the time. We don't know what's going on. Well, if you were paying attention during the briefings, you guys can now figure out what's going on because you wrote it down in the brief. When you're even in the debrief, write all this information down is good for you guys later on down the road, whether it's at this op or any other organization. Bring cash, guys. Sometimes there's some cash events where it's like they bring food, they bring cool stuff. Even for the vendors that are there, sometimes they don't have access to the internet, and whether they take card or not, it doesn't matter. Cash is gold when it comes to buying stuff that you need at special events. Okay, bring a watch, guys. That's a very important one. It tracks your bleed outs. That way, people are not calling you out for only sitting there for a minute and getting up and bleeding out. Pretty simple. Or you can figure out the operation tempo, which means, we're about to hit a break. No wonder people aren't fighting no more, or no wonder people are going all ham. Well, because now you're actually keeping track of real world time. Because sometimes you do you get lost in time when you're fighting nonstop. Load bearing equipment, plate carrier, chest rig, battle belt, etc. Magazine pouches, admin pouches. It's up to you guys. All this is optional again. Tourniquet or bandages. Please, everybody bring your own stuff. It sucks when you try to medic somebody and you're like, dude, this dude's an awesome player and he needs to get up, but he ain't got no tourniquet or bandages. Why? Is because he either gave them away or he just forgot them back in the truck. Radio. That's up to you guys. If you guys want to be screaming across the field to try to figure out what's going on, bring a radio. I don't care what kind of radio. Just if you want to bring a boombox and you're like, oh, you still bring a radio. That's up to you. 2 liters of water. Chem nights. That's optional. I mean, if you want to leave breadcrumbs so you know exactly where you're going and where you're coming back, that's a good way to do it. Flashlights, headlamp, preferably a red one, a red light also, so that way, like if you're playing a night game, want to have a red one on you, so that way, if you don't get overshot because they're using nods and you don't know where they're at, and you're getting overshot because he's like, well, I can't tell if he's hit or not, you know what I mean? So make sure you have a red light on you, so that way it indicates that you are hit. Ziploc for waterproofing. Guys, if you guys don't know, this op usually gets pretty cold and pretty rainy during that time of the year. So if you're going to be going through some watery stuff, make sure you bring some waterproofing. You don't know what waterproofing is? Ziplocs. Pretty simple. I don't care if it's a name brand or I'm not sponsored by Ziploc. You can go to Dollar Tree and get whatever waterproofing you want. Helmet or headgear, again, primary replica. Guys, I've seen it all the time. People bring some awesome, airsoft guns out there, and they slip and snap them in half. Bring a secondary, okay? If you if you have magazines, bring extra magazines. If you don't, if you know your stuff works now, cool. But you never know what happens. Okay, so bring your 7 and maybe bring 2 more just in case. I'm not saying bring all 14, because Psycho said, you need extra stuff. No, just be smart about it, guys. Batteries, that definitely is one. I mean, I remember last year or the year before when we went to one of the star ones, Shooting Star. I knew it. Shooting Star over at the hospital. It was cold, and I left my battery plugged into my Polar Star. Killed it. I didn't have an extra one. I had to buy one. So, and you know, luckily they were able to charge it for me. Sometimes these guys cannot charge them because they didn't bring the charger. So if you don't have a charger, bring your charger, and or bring 2 extra charge batteries. Bring a lipo checker, guys, so that way you can check your battery usage. If you don't know what I'm talking about, come talk to us. Come talk to your local airsoft shop, and we'll be able to guide you in the direction you need. Batteries for optics if you need them. Charger, speed loader, sling, and again, I went over this. Your gloves. I know I don't play without gloves, and some of you hard chargers do. I don't. You know, that's up to you. And if you have an assault pack, wow, I'm pretty sure Dom and I wrote this a long time ago. I haven't used assault pack since. Oof. A small backpack, guys. Times have changed for sure. Extra t-shirt, 550 cord, electrical tape, extra socks, emergency. I mean, you guys saw the trucks are not that far. This is like if you're really gonna be in the suck, you know what I mean, and you don't want to make your way all the way back to the car. With water bag. I mean, all this again. This is up to you if you want to take it. Towel, washcloth, toothbrush, brush your teeth. Cochinos. That's dirty people. Brush your teeth, please. I mean, sometimes, you know, you're trying to not talk too close to somebody and it happens. And, you know, hey, sometimes you have dip in your mouth, you're spitting all over the place. So, brush your teeth. Deodorant. Some of you guys are stinky. Please, bring some hygiene stuff. Personal hygiene gear. E-tool and you don't need an E-tool out there. But if you wanted one, dude, let me go back real quick. They have porta potties. I'm sorry. It's not porta potties. They actually have bathrooms. Now that's if they don't close them out. So the bathrooms are in this building right here. Okay, so they do have water plumbing. For the last 3 years, they allowed us to use them. If not, they have porta johns right here. Okay, I can pretty much vouch for those options. You know, but you guys have accessibility to all that. This is where the admin park. Usually the vendors park right here, and the admin are right here, and they take up all this spot, all of it. And then you have your chrono station right here in this area. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to take too much of your time. Let me go real quick through the things here. Is this for a milsim? And sniper green. All right, cool. So that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm not gonna go too much more into detail, but that's all I got for now. So from our family to yours, there's the game.
And if you like that video, make sure to check out all our other ones by subscribing and getting the latest by hitting the notification bell.
Hey guys, don't forget you can earn an all-day admission simply by coming in to play. Fill out this punch card. It's 1 punch per person per visit. Once it's completed, turn it in for an all-day admission.
Don't forget to check out all our other social media sites as far as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch to get some of our latest live streams and latest content out there for you. So we hope to see you guys here. So from our family to yours, play the game.